Yolan Trun, welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy and welcome to another Let's Play. And today we will take care of an event that I still have to do. And the one or the other will ask why I'm still doing that. And if we look at the events, it's the, I think many people will think, infamous Apex Outlaw event. And there's one thing I must not forget before starting it, that's to join this Apex Exile. I have no clue why Scopely does that you have to join that, because if I'm doing the Apex Hunter and the Apex Rogue anyway, why wouldn't I want to do the Apex Exile as well? So, of course, I'm going to join that. I don't need the rewards there that much, but the reason why I'm doing this is still the rewards from this. And even as an Ops 68, I'm still doing that for one reason. The research medals, the materials I get here, this is, as you can see, that's 4-star material. Yeah, sometimes I might need that for a material event, for upgrading 4-star ships or whatever. That's not the important thing. The important thing you see here in the middle, that's the badges, the officer badges you need for upgrading your officers. And those are quite scarce. And that's why I'm still doing this event every week as an Ops 68 player to get those badges. The command badges, the engineering badges, and the science badges, because I still have a lot of use for them. I still have a lot of officers to upgrade, and so I need those badges, and this is one of the best sources. I only get one random badge, of course. Usually you rather... It's more likely that you get an engineering or a science badge. I know that some people really have issues with the command badges, but at least there's a source for them, a regular source. And so that's why I'm doing these events. And at this event, it's really helpful to have 2 Stellars. As you can see, they even look different. I have one Armada Stellar, that's the red one. And I have one Hostile Hunting Stellar, that's the assimilated one. Because on the Armada one, for ages, I have forbidden technology for Armadas on it. And so that's why I made this distinction. But we sent one just to do the Armadas. I have directives like hell for the uncommon ones, but I need to do the uncommon ones to get directives for the rare ones. And with the other one, I just start hunting those level 40 freighters. I prefer the level 40 ones because they give you more points for the events than the level 39s. But it's not always possible depending on how many people are flying here to do just the 40s. If I would have done this last night when the event started, it would have been much harder to get 40s. But now it's easier to do that. Once again, it's a good thing to have a Kirshara because I can just program in the 40s that are there, and then the ship will hunt the Kirsharas while I switch to the other one. Just speed up the Armada, let it run. Don't even have an Armada crew on that. On my level, it's not hard to do these Armadas anymore. We even, at some point, made some fun. With higher level players, of course, your research and everything counts in. And we have done some of these Armadas here with D3s and stuff like that. So just for fun with a little throwback on the throwback day where we just did some nostalgia, because the early ships of the game, of course, are much stronger for players with our research now than it was when we had them in the first place. It was fun. But the crash gives me another opportunity to say, because it was an idea of one of my viewers, there's now kind of an action plan for a stable STFC on Outside Views. If you ever thought about supporting my channel, then have a look in the video description or in the pinned comment or on Discord. There's the action plan for a stable STFC on Outside Views, and you can direct your support there if you ever thought about supporting my work here. And that is something, the idea came from a viewer, and I just took it up. And it will be a kind of a long game, of course. But maybe in the end, it will make it possible that I can do some videos for you I cannot produce under the current circumstances. So, as I said, that's only for people who anyway thought about supporting my channel. And if you do, just have a look at that. And we can see how that will end. I will keep you posted on Discord about how that action plan is working. It's of course on my German and English communities, and we will see how that will work out. But now there are no 40s left, as I could see, because there are some more people involved now, so we take on some 39s as well. Will take a bit longer. We got the first steps of the first milestones of both events already, and so we have to try to finish the other milestones to get the loot that I need to get the badges. Is there... Who's shooting as well? Logge! It's from my alliance. I mean, it looks like he's shooting everywhere. But I can still hunt some hostiles here. And at the same time, I can speed up the next armada. When you grow bigger in this game, and I know that I have a lot of viewers on my channels which have just started playing the game or are playing the game for the first time, you will see that in time, when your research is getting better, a lot of things are getting easier in this game. So I've got 2 maxed stellars, of course, on my level. That makes my life easy anyway in these systems. I can do them solo. I know there are group armadas, but they easily can be done solo with my max stellars and my research, plus my artifacts and whatever I have. So these are just things which are necessary grind work, to put it that way. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you don't like to do, but you need to do to have the resources you want. And this is just part of it. And every Thursday I quickly do that. You see that in Apex Hunter we reach the next milestone, and in Apex Rogue we need to reach the next milestone. So it's nothing that takes ages to do here. Once you have reached a certain level, you can solo them. Of course, if one of the smaller players needs help, doesn't happen that often anymore nowadays, because the smallest players in my alliance are not that small anymore. But even if it was necessary, of course, the bigger ones would help out with their stellars in these armadas if they need them to score more quickly, because then by doing the biggest armadas, that's another thing of the team play I'm always talking about when I mention certain tasks here in especially in my Let's Play videos. And so we want to do that and want to help our smaller players. No, I don't want to join with a second ship in that armada. That's not necessary. Logge. He's always doing some distance shooting here. I always have to fly to the hostiles, and Logge is always shooting from a distance, as it looks like. That's funny as well. But this event, if you just quickly concentrate on it by using 2 stellars, then you quickly get this event done. Of course, if you're alone in a system, the hostile hunt will be much faster, even because then you can just program your Kirshara if you already got that from the tournament store, and it will be even easier to do that quickly. But if there are other players as well, of course, who need a little bit more time to do them, because while my ship is flying to the first programmed hostiles, he probably will have destroyed some of the other programmed hostiles later. But then I just take new ones. So that's the next step of Apex Rogue. And now we just take a rare one. I did the uncommon ones more for the directives for the epic ones. There I'm always lowest on directives because you earn them from the uncommon ones, and that's why I do the uncommon ones in between, just to have the directives for the epic ones if I ever need them. You never know with Scopely, even if you're a G6 player, if there ever will be another big event that requires you to do Eclipse Armadas or something. So there's always a chance for everything in this game, and that's how I'm playing this game. I'm always prepared for anything, and that's something you have to be when you deal with Scopely. You have to prepare for everything, and that's the way I'm playing this game. Okay, logger seems to be done. I mean, there's another milestone for me. That's the Apex Hunter again, so shouldn't be long until I finish that one as well. Then we can go back to the Armada and quickly speed that one up. And then take the next one in case I haven't finished that part yet. My other Stella is still flying. So the assimilated one is hunting. And the red one is Armadaing. And let's see what happens when this Armada is done. Looks good. That's Apex Rogue. That should have been the Armadas, I guess. Let's quickly check that. I always mix up the names of the events, so... And I still have to do the Ducat event. I still haven't finished that one because that requires me to spend materials on ships, which is not easy. Oh, both are completed now. So we can also take the loot from the Apex Hunter as well before I... Where is it? Yet sometimes there's some lag if you were in the events when the loot came up. And then it's not showing. But let's have a look in the event store if I've got in both loots already, or if it just didn't show it that I got them, or if I haven't got it yet. Yes, I got them both. So we can exchange a chest, a command badge. Some people will be envious now, because at least I heard in the last voice chat I did when people told me, yeah, I've got loads of the other badges, but I'm always running low on command badges. I never get them, and then suddenly you see in the video I click one pick and there's a command badge. That's not nice, I know that. But there's now a 4-day cooldown. But after the 4 days, I will get the next badge because the event store always tells me to do that. So that's quite nice. Well, because we're done already, we can take a quick look at my hunting Stella, which is the assimilated one. You see, I've got my speed crew on it. And that's because it's just an annoying grind. If you have a bigger Stella, then the speed crew is more than enough. I've got an 18 million Stella now. I still remember the time how I was celebrating when my Stella finally reached the 1 million power. And so there's a lot of those little things that you really look forward to in this game. And this is one of those. And nowadays it's an 18 million chip. So of course there are some bigger players out there where the Stella is much stronger, even because of their research and everything. But it's already nice, because I still remember the good old times when I was celebrating my first 1 million Stella. That was quite stellar. Oh, and the other one, as I said, I just let the crew on I had for some other purposes. But the skin looks quite good, I must say. Looks a bit more speedy, although that's the one I'm using for the Armadas. But they didn't take so much damage. As you can see, repair time 7 seconds for this one. and the other one will be back home in 15 seconds. Then we will see how much repair that will need after all the armadas. So there it's back. 4 seconds. So it's not really something that's so big. But this is quite a short event. But in this video, I can use something. I can use the time that it was shorter than usual to point on something else. If you look at my building, research, and ship list, there's still one ship building, and that is the Divite. I don't have too many speed-ups at the moment. That's why today I still, besides the fact for the Ascendancy, I need to upgrade some ships somehow for spending materials to get the milestones for Ducat. I also have to go to Mirror Universe again to get more speed-ups because I'm really low. But you see, slowly you build up Latinum. Yesterday when I was filming, I had at the start about 140k. Now I'm at least at 570k. That's far away from the 120 million I spent this week for buildings and speeding up buildings. But that's why I still need to hunt a lot in Mirror Universe for the speed-ups because of these ships. And the other two are working already on the wrong mines. I know that, but that was due to some problems with free mines at that point. So I just picked the nearest one with the ship I had there. So the new Grange at the moment is on an ore mine, but later on I take it back. When I take them back home, I will change that back so that the ones with the crews they are specialized on go to that material. And that is the new Grange. You cannot see it that well. But on the gas node in this case is the Grishnar, as you've seen for a second. So I really completed them, and that's really nice. When I've done the Divite next week, when I do the normal videos for the main channel, I will introduce you to these 3 ships as well, because they are a really great asset for me. With the warp range they immediately had from the beginning, if you saw the preview video I did a long time ago, there you only could see what warp range they have when they are built, without any extras. Mine have, of course, even a bigger warp range, and they can go to really good systems now. And even the systems, this one is now in memoriam. That's still because of the thing with the mines that I needed for my dailies to quickly go somewhere. But when I finished all 3 of them, the new Grange will go to Federation space, the Grishna will go to Klingon space, and the Divite to Romulan space, into high-level systems to mine there. Because from the very beginning, even if I upgraded the new Grange a bit for the Ascendancy event, from the very beginning, all 3 of them have a great warp range, especially with the bonuses I have from artifacts, etc., and from research and so on, so that I can use them in high-level systems for mining, where you usually only can mine if you move your base there. And those are at the moment still, because we don't have so many people on 68 plus. We have already quite a lot compared to other servers, but still not so many that we are fighting for mines in that area already. And the 71s anyway have gone somewhere else. I think I've got 5 Ops 71 players in my alliance alone now. So they will not be my mining problem anymore. So these 3 ships are really great. And so I'm looking forward to present them to you on my main channel when I'm filming next week. And I'll film that on Monday for Thursday, I guess, is the plans. It's quite confusing now when you have 4 STFC channels. It gets worse and worse. And then you can see why I was so devoted to get to this shipyard level 68. I had all the blueprints for all 3 ships already. I had all 3 gold skins already, but I didn't have the shipyard 68. That's why I spent all the Latinum also on the shuttle bay that I needed, the academy I needed, the F&E department I needed, to finally go to the shipyard. And as soon as I built it, I had problem with the speed ups for building the ships. So I punished myself with a lot of time in Mirror Universe. But I'm really happy to have this ship, and I will be really happy tonight. I should be able to speed up the last day on building the DVT, so when I have all three of them, I will be quite a happy guy. So that will be quite nice. Even if Apex event is a bit shorter, plus some additional information, of course, let me know if there are some tasks that we all need to do, or sometimes we G6 have to do in this game, which you would like to see in a Let's Play me doing. I hope that was correct English. Then just write in the comments below the video and on Discord. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.